University. So attendees, what do you think the essence of today's webinar? Well, I'm glad to share with much excitement that today our expert will deliver his expertise and make us learn about hydroponics, the future of farming. And I'm sure you also be excited to be the part of today's learning process. So kindly allow me to introduce our experts. Dr. Chandra Mohan Mehta, Associate Professor, Deputy Dean, School of Agriculture, Lovely Professional University. A dynamic professional with a postdoctorate from G.B. Pant University of Agriculture and Technology, he has been very instrumental in research when it comes to education. To his credit, he has more than 35 publications in highly reputed journals, and his research interest lies in plant microbe interaction. He has traveled many countries as visiting scientist and academic guest as well. So, sir, it's a privilege to have you on board with us. Thank you so much for joining. Furthermore, I would like to welcome Dr. Vishal Tripathi, Assistant Professor, Department of Horticulture, School of Agriculture, Lovely Professional University. And he's working on hydroponic system as LPU from past 1 year. His expertise lies in projected cultivation and vegetable breeding. So thank you so much, sir, for giving us valuable time today. And thank you so much for joining. Additionally, I would like to welcome our admission expert, Dr. Tushinder Preet Kaur, Professor, Mittal School of Business and Coordinator of CEL, Department of Counseling and Admission, Lovely Professional University. Doctorate in Economics, and UGC net qualified. She is holding an experience of more than 15 years as an academician. To her credit, she has more than 40 research papers published in reputed national and international journals of repute and also authored one book. In addition to this, she has chaired various sessions and acted as a resource person for numerous seminars and conferences of repute. And attendees today, she will give you an insight of eligibility, fee, and scholarship, which I'm sure will make you save a lot of money. In addition to that, she'll also be sharing the infrastructure part of the university. So thank you so much, ma'am, for joining us today. So with this, we'll begin our today's webinar. I welcome you all once again to the webinar and looking forward for a great interactive session. So over to you, sir, for the content of the day.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Can I start?
Yes, sir. Over to you. Platform is yours.
Okay. So here, myself, Dr. Vishal Tripathi. I'm the Assistant Professor in Department of Horticulture, Lovely Professional University, Jalandhar. So today here I'm standing, sitting in front of you to present my favorite and interesting topic, that is hydroponics. So what is hydroponics and why we see the future of farming in hydroponics? So let's discuss one by one. So before going to discuss further things regarding to hydroponics, here we must clear about some basic terminologies regarding to hydroponics. So here, first one is geoponics. So as you all are familiar with the terms geo, so geo means that is related to the earth or soil. So here, when we grow the plants in typical soil or normal soil, so the techniques or science behind the cultivation of the plants in typical soil or normal soil, then it is called the geoponics. And the hydroponics means the term that is hydro means the term that is related to the water. So when we grow the plants in water as a growing media, then this is called the hydroponics. And aeroponics, so it is another types of hydroponic systems where we grow the plants and suspended their roots for nutrient film misting techniques. So here it is called the aeroponics. So we must learn these things before going to discuss further about the hydroponics. So now here you can see the pictures, the picture depicted how we can grow the plants in soilless cultivation techniques. So here you can see the leafy lettuce plants that are the roots are submerged in water that provide the nutrients, and the water and nutrient collectively act as a growing media for the cultivation. That's why we called it hydroponics, because here we are using water as a growing media instead of soil. Now in second pictures, here you can see the naked roots of the suspended plants are suspended in airs for nutrient film misting. So here with the help of the nozzles, we can provide and spray the all required nutrients and water for the plant growth. So this is the basic things and difference about hydroponics and aeroponics. Now, let's we go for the history behind hydroponics. So the term hydroponics that is derived from the two Greek words hydro and ponos. So hydro stand mean for water and ponos that is labor or cultivation. So the term was first used by Dr. Garrick in 1929, and it was first used by US Army to develop and produce fresh food for the troops stations in World War II. In 1950, it was commercially exploited by the America, Europe, Africa, and Asian countries. How do plants grow? What the from where the ideas of the hydroponics came? So if we talk about the basic things, so as we learned in our earlier classes, that's what is the necessary phenomena and physiology behind the plant growth. So that is photosynthesis. So as we all know, the photosynthesis where the plants exploit the sunlight and chlorophyll to convert the carbon dioxide and water into the glucose and oxygen. So what is the role behind it? What the role of the soil behind it? So there is a water and other nutrients required for this process is provided by the soil. So here the ideas of the hydroponics is came because here if we replace the soil with other growing media, so here we have to provide suitable quantity of water and nutrients. So is it can be changed? Yes, of course. Now it is possible to replace such kind of growing media because we have a many challenges regarding to soil. Now, hydroponics versus soil cultivation. So what are the constraints behind in soil-based agriculture and how hydroponics overcome these challenges? So basically in soil cultivation, it required topsoil. Topsoil means that having the sufficient quantity of minerals and the soil should be fertile. But in hydroponics, we replace the soil. So there is no need of any kind of fertile soil and topsoils. Another thing is if you want to add some nutrients or minerals for plant to perform their growth, so we have to add the required nutrient into the soil. But in hydroponics, it is totally different because here we directly provide all kind of required nutrients and minerals for the plant growth. And another things that is water stress related, if we grow the plants in open field conditions, so as our farmers are also facing different challenges regarding to water provision, because as you all know, our countries are mostly dependent upon the rains for the cultivation. But here hydroponics replaces all kind of water stresses because here water is act as a growing media for the cultivation of the plant. So in this technique, we also conserve the water along with the nutrients for the cultivation of the plants. So here we eliminate all kind of water related stress. Another and important things that is soil borne diseases. As we all know, there is a lot of challenges from nursery raising to harvesting of the crops that is related to the soil borne diseases. Soil borne diseases means as we all know, soil is a natural habitat for different bacteria, fungus, nematode. It may be beneficial or sometimes harmful. So basically the constraints and problems or challenges related to soil-borne fungus or bacteria like Pythium, Fusarium or Rhizoctonia. So here we have many challenges. There could be a chance of infections by different diseases. But here we eliminate all kinds of soil-related problems related to biotic stresses. But there is another advantage of soil cultivation if you want to grow organic cultivation. So here we cannot replace the hydroponic system with soil because in hydroponic system we are generally using artificial nutrients. So organic cultivation is only possible in soil based cultivation, but instead if we want to grow more production, if we want to grow to get more yield, quality yields, so we must look on hydroponic system. So if we define the hydroponics in a very simple language, so hydroponics is nothing, it's just the art of cultivation of plants without using soil. Means it is a soilless based agriculture system. Here we are using different type of growing media for the cultivation of plants. So sometimes we are using different rock wool cultures, different type of inert substances for supporting to act as a support for the plant growth. So other benefits of hydroponics. So if we talk one by one, so it is highly customized and control environmental conditions. So through hydroponics, we provide the control environment condition from minute to explorer things. So here, but here we focus basically in hydroponics to cultivation of small rooted plants, because from this way that it can divert more energy for the development of leaf and stem growth. So there will be no mechanical resistance are also provided in hydroponic system as compared to soil, because soil due to have different structures and other physical things, there is a mechanical resistance for the development of the roots and growth of the plants. So in hydroponics, there is no any kind of mechanical resistance. So the seedling growth would be faster, and the seedling is also very vigorous and quality in nature. So with a small root system, we have also another advantage to grow more plants in same areas. So here we are not going to utilize the horizontal space. Here we can also utilize the vertical spaces in hydroponics. So here we have a more advantage as compared to soil-based agriculture system. So, and another and last important thing, that is hydroponics provide healthiest and quality vegetables and fruits, because here we can provide and we are able to provide all kind of required nutrients in both macro and micronutrients. Okay, so in this way we can provide sufficient quantity of nutrients, and in this way we can get quality yields of vegetables and fruits. So go to learn how hydroponics works. So it just allowing minute control over environmental conditions like the temperature and pH. That is one of the major important components of environments, and maximize the exposure of the nutrient and water, because it provides easy way all kind of required nutrients and water that is optimum for the growth of the plants. So hydroponics that is also administered nutrient solution that tailors to the needs of the particular being grown. It means that particular plant being grown, it means that here we have a standardized nutrient solution that is required for some particular crop. Means here we have a plant material solution, nutrient solution for some specific plants. Suppose that if we want to grow lettuce, so in a market there is a lettuce based nutrient solutions are available in hydroponics. Means here, although we are restricted to cultivate some specific types of vegetable, but those vegetables we have standardized nutrient solutions. So here it is very important, especially in hydroponics. Now, general requirements for a simple setups of hydroponics. So here we required number of materials like tray and containers, growing media like perlite, coconut quartz, vermiculites or gravels. Third one, that is pump that is required to inject oxygenated air in a growing tray, reservoir and tank tubes to hold the nutrient solution properly, air stones, hoses for proper aerations, water soluble, mineral base and buffer nutrients, that is also very important, and pH kit and TDS, because in order to control the environment specifically, so we require these kind of materials in quality manners. Now here you can see the required materials like pumps, airs and water, air stones, etc. Now here, reservoir tanks, tubes, these are also the important components for the plant growth in hydroponic system. Net cups that hold the soilless growing media from where we establish the plants. Type of growing media. So here these are the following inert soilless growing media like cocopeat, perlite, vermiculite, frog wool, peat moss, hydrostone, rock, ossus cubes, and thermocol. So these type of growing media replaces the soil and support the plant root system for, for proper and optimum growth. So here you can see the pictures of these growing media. So there is first one, there is rock wool. It is one of the most common and widely used growing media in hydroponics. It is ground up by basalt rocks in that is heated and spun into a threads making wools. So it is a most common and it is a high water holding capacity and high air retention capacity for optimum root growth of the plants. So likewise, there is another type of growing media which having good water holding capacity, providing proper air retention in for the root system of the plants. Now nutrient solution. So like open field condition, all plants require same type of nutrients, both macro and micro. In macronutrient, there is also the category of primary nutrients, secondary nutrients. So here we provide the following nutrients in a form of different compounds like calcium for in terms of calcium nitrate, potassium in terms of potassium nitrate. So in that way, we can provide all kind of nutrients in suitable manner. Now here you can see these are the devices that is also required in hydroponics system to make it feasible for the cultivation of the plant. So what are the different methods of cultivation? So as we know, if we use the water as a growing media for the cultivation of the plant, that is called the hydroponic. So here we are using the water as a growing media, but methods of providing the water is different. So if we classify the methods of hydroponic, so we can categorize into 6 different methods like deep water culture hydroponics, aeroponics, wick system, nutrient film technique system, ebb and flow systems, drip and drip system. Let me discuss one by one. So deep water culture hydroponic. So here you can see, and the picture is depicted. Here we are using styrofoam platform that supported the waters, which are established in coconut based cup. So here you can see the roots of the plants are submerged in the reservoirs that containing the aerated waters along with the nutrient. So in that way, with the help of the air pump, we provide the oxygen in the reservoir. In this way, the oxygenated water along with the minerals are available for the plant growth, basically root growth. So in this way, we can provide the nutrient and we grow the plants as well. Now aeroponics. So it is different. So here you can see the plant are established in cups, but here the roots of the plant, the naked roots of the plant are exposed in air for the nutrient filled mist. So here you can see this is the nozzle. So nozzle, and in reservoir, the reservoir containing oxygenated airs along with the nutrient that are pumped into the nozzle, and the nozzle atomize the solutions which further distribute the nutrients in misted form to the roots. So the main advantage of this system is that here we can use multiple plants and expose their common roots in airs. So in this way we can grow number of plants. So this is a different things because here the naked root system are exposed in environments. So that's why it is a type of hydroponic system, and that is also feasible to grow some kind of root crop like potato and carrots. So in because here the root system and the plants where root is a economic part, so we can grow this type of crop in that method only. Now here you can see the plants of tomato. So now you all can see the suspended roots of the plants of tomato. So in this way, in this method, that is aeroponics, here the naked roots of the tomato are suspended in airs. So we provide all nutrient requirement from nozzles through pressures. So in this way we can grow the plants in this. So recently the company Pepsi have a tie-up with some farmers of the Punjab to grow the potato in this method, because they required some kind of specific potato varieties to grow under this technique for preparing chips. So it is a very effective methods for the cultivations of root related vegetable crop, especially potato. Now wick system. So here there is a two different structure. First one is grow tray and another one is reservoir that is connected through a wick. So in this methods, here in reservoir there is a water along with the nutrients, and there is also the provision of the air pump. So through the by operating this air pump, the water get oxygenated, and the water along with the minerals flow up through the wicks and provide and saturate the growing media that surrounding the root system of the plant. So in this way, the provision of the water is different, but the principle behind working of the system is same. So this is the wick system of hydroponics. Now nutrient film technique system. So it is a very common and most popular systems of cultivation through hydroponically. So here you can see there is a channel that is tilted in, and here the plants are suspended over the stream containing flowing nutrient film that washes the end portion of the roots of the plants. So here the channels get tilted, that allowing the water to run down before before draining into the reservoir. So this techniques, and this is the working principle of the nutrient film technique. So here we are using the same water as a growing media for the cultivation. So this is also the types of hydroponics, but here we provide the water in different manners. Now drip system. So as we all are familiar with drip system, so here there is a provision of channels of tube for the provision of water along with the nutrients. So here also there is a provision of water pump that provide the oxygenated oxygenated water along with minerals, and the solutions are provided to the growing media that surrounded the roots of the plants and keep the plants moist and nourished. Ebb and flow system. So it is a flooding based systems of the hydroponics, and it is most versatile system, and it is because it required low scale, and it also required low cost of cultivation. So this is a very common. So here there is also the provision of overflow tubes that provide that ensure the flood in the root zone area of the plants, but avoid avoid too much water flow, because it can damage the stalks of the and quality of the fruits. So this is some limitations in ebb and flow, but it is most common and low cost. So every interested graduates or farmers can exploit these techniques for the cultivation of the plants. Now, what type of crop we can grow in hydroponics? So hydroponics is restricted to use some small root system crops. Means here we are not going to exploit and use to grow any crop in hydroponics, because it is a restriction. It requires some small rooted systems. So here we are allowing only those crops, because the structure is not feasible to grow any type of crop like watermelon. It is not possible for us to grow the watermelon, pumpkin in hydroponic system. We are focusing, we can focus and prefer only those crops which have shallow root system. So in this hydroponic system we can grow cucumber, tomato. Okay, so let's we talk about the system of growing. So here if we classify the growing systems of the hydroponics, so it is liquid or aggregate system. So liquid system means here there is no provision of any kind of supporting media for the root system, but in aggregate system it have the supporting medium for the root system. So in that way we can classify the growing system in liquid or aggregate. And it is further it is also further categorized in open and closed system as well, because in open system, here we open system we means that we cannot use the nutrient again. So it is restricted and it is not allowed to reuse the nutrient. But in closed system we can recycle, replenish and recover the nutrients again. So there is a basic difference between open and closed systems. So in liquid hydroponic system, it is generally in closed way. So nutrient film techniques, floating hydroponics, aeroponics are the examples of the liquid closed hydroponic system. Now you can see the pictures, aeroponics, floating system, and NFT, where we follow the closed system and liquid based systems. Now, aggregate hydroponic system. So it may be either open system or closed system. So in open system, we are generally using rock wool cultures, sand culture, but in closed system, we can confine to gravels, NFT, and rock wools. Now, if we classify further the hydroponic system, so it may be passive or active type of hydroponic system. So passive means there is no existence of any electricity, means non-renewable source of energy. So we can use a big system that having the growing media with very high capillary action. So through capillary action, we can provide all required water along with nutrients for optimum growth of the plants. But in active systems, it required assistance with electricity. It required non-renewable source of energy. So these are the examples like nutrient film techniques, ebb and flow techniques. So these are the, and here we can also use weak techniques through active and passive both. Now, which type of crop we can grow? So here we can grow leafy vegetables, like in wick system, deep flow system, NFT system, and aeroponics. And especially in fruit vegetables, so we can grow tomato, cucumber, and in fruit crops like strawberry, we can also grow strawberry efficiently in hydroponic system. So here there are the following systems that we can grow these crops, like grow bags and drip system, Dutch buckets. And by exploiting the aeroponic systems of hydroponics, we can also able to grow root crops. But it is not feasible to grow in any type of system. It is limited for aeroponics only, because here the challenges regarding to the development of the roots. Now here you can see the leafy greens vegetables which are growing in hydroponic system. There is root crop which is growing through aeroponics way. This is this picture I collect from our LPU campus. So here we are using the hydroponic system for cultivation of the strawberry. So what are the drawbacks and hydroponic system? So it have a basic limitations. So it require high initial setup cost, because the system is totally controlled environment system. So it required high input cost, high expensive devices, equipments, tools, and it also required skill knowledge, because it is not possible for every person to take this system to grow the plants easily, because here some technical or scientific things that is adhere with this system is required. So it required knowledge or skills. And there is another things, lack of buffering agents, because the one of the most important advantage of soil-based agriculture system is that soil can manage all kind of things to make the nutrient available for the plants. But soil has the capacity and have the ability to buffer the reactions. Means buffer means here the controls of pH. So here this system requires some kind of efficient buffer in place of soil. So fourth one, that is high dependency on quality input. So like other cultivation techniques, here we are not going to use any local materials, local available materials. So here we totally depend upon the quality tools or other kind of things. So a high dependency on quality inputs in this way. What are the possibilities of hydroponics? So providing more trainings to farmers. As I have spoken in my previous slides, it is skill-based practice. So it required more training. So frequency of training to the farmer would be more and more. Another things, this intervention of governments. So government provides support in terms of subsidy to make this system effort for the farmers. And another things is to make our urban areas should be projected to build hydroponics parks in every cities. And another things is our agriculture universities or research institute should work in cooperation with the government to perform survey and bring to develop this technique to a large scale to provide the farmer to learn something from this. And last one, that is farming. Farming should be work and should give more respected profession to our nations. So in this way, our graduates could her future in field of agriculture by working with the modern techniques of agriculture. Thank you. This is from my side. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. This was very impactful presentation by you, and you have bounded us with your visionary thoughts. And audience, thank you so much for your patience and participation. I'm sure you must have upgraded your skills by the inputs and learning shared by Dr. Vishal, sir. So, sir, thank you so much. And I would like to request Chandra Mohan, sir, if you want to add something to this.
Yeah, there are few things. Hello, everyone. I hope I'm audible.
Yes, sir, you are loud and clear.
Okay. So first of all, it was wonderful presentation from Vishal sir. Okay, and I hope who are listening this presentation, they have got some idea about the hydroponic system, how we can grow the crops under hydroponic system, what are the different systems that we are having. So I would just like to add on few things over here that if we are talking about the success stories of LPU related to hydroponic system. So I would suggest whosoever attending this session over here, you can just search Urban Farms Manipur. So you will find a person over there. He is Yumnam, Neeraj Yumnam. So he did his master's from here itself, from agronomy domain, and he did his research in this hydroponic system. And now at present, he is running his own system in Manipur. He is a kind of entrepreneur. He is providing training. He is selling these things. So I would suggest all the attendees, you can just check it. You can see his videos also in YouTube. So along with that, ma'am, if you can allow me, then I would like to present two more things with this presentation. So if you can give me access of this presentation part.
Yes, yes. Please give me a moment.
Yeah. So my screen is visible to everyone?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay. So I will just make it full screen. Now, as I was talking about, once we are talking about these advanced technology, because everyone knows that once we are talking about agricultural practices, we are having limited land resources. And then the population, you can see that we are at 140 crore. And by 2030, we are expecting that we will be more than 150. And the land resources are highly limited, but we have to feed this population. So how we can achieve this? If we can follow these kind of advanced technology, if we can go ahead with these kind of things, then in future we can achieve good food amount or the quality food for our human being, right? So I was talking about that if we are talking about these technology, why we choose LPU for our UG and PG programs. As I have already mentioned that yes, you can see the success stories from LPU itself, School of Agriculture, that if we are talking about any technology, it is not new to us. Many of the students learn these technology and now they are performing by themselves. They are doing these things in their hometown or in another areas also. And along with that, while we are talking about any individual degree program, so the first thing that comes into the picture is that what kind of affiliation or accreditation we are having, how authentic that program that we are having in a particular school or particular university, how authentic that program is. So once we are talking about this School of Agriculture, LPU or the programs, so we became the first private university who got this ICAR accreditation in 2018. And along with that, since we are belonging to Punjab region, and there we are having a kind of mandate in 2019 or 20 that you need to have a kind of affiliation from PSCA, that is Punjab State Council for Agriculture Education. So if you want to run any kind of agriculture program in Punjab State. So we have applied for it, and then we have got that affiliation also. So it means, why I'm talking about these things, that means we are maintaining the basic requirement or maintaining the standard of this education, agriculture education, because we know that the agriculture education is not a kind of thing which we can just do in the indoor system or into a classroom. This is more about the field experiment or field things, learning things. And once we are talking about the resources, you can see that what kind of resources, facilities we are having at farm. You can see these high-tech polyhouses over there, polytunnels are there, set net house is there, germination chamber. So these are some of the glimpses from agriculture farm, which is situated in LPU itself. And along with that, we are having our own agrometeorological observatory system, where we are every day we are recording the temperature, wind velocity, rainfall, precipitation. All these things are being recorded so that we are having the accurate knowledge of a particular environment that we are having at LPU, near to LPU. It may change because once we are talking about Ludhiana or we are comparing Ludhiana with Jalandhar, the situation may completely change. Sometimes you can find rainfall over there. It may be not in Jalandhar part. So we need to have a proper information that what kind of weather conditions we are having, and accordingly we can plan our experiment or we can plan the things. So for that, we are having a complete system of agrometeorological station over here. And as we have talked about, Vishal sir was talking about this hydroponic system. Along with that, we are having different technology which are coming in, are highly accepted in coming future. You can see some of the glimpses which are representing that drone technology in agriculture. You may have heard about this. But yes, in School of Agriculture, LPU, students are getting trained into this part. You can see these are the some pictures where students are learning the role or the application of drone in agriculture. So we are applying different fertilizer, herbicide, insecticide, pesticide, and we are managing our crop into that way. And along with that, we know that in Punjab region, we are mainly growing rice and wheat system over here. And the major challenge that all over India we are facing, that is the water scarcity, because you know that for rice cultivation, we require lots of water. And you know that if we are talking about rice cultivation, we are doing transplanting, there is huge amount of water that should be saturated into the field. But now we are adopting the advanced technology where we are talking about DSR technology, direct seeded rice. We are providing a required amount of water to rice plants only, so that we can minimize the risk of our water loss. We can minimize the risk of our groundwater table, which is year by year which is depleting. So the students are learning all these things at LPU, and what kind of programs we are offering. You may have seen that in website also, but here I'm just showing some glimpse that what kind of programs and what kind of activities are going over there. You can see that at UG level we are having BSc Honors Agriculture program, and at PG level we are having almost all the programs which are being offered by ICAR. That you can say agronomy is there, genetics, plant breeding is there, soil science and agriculture chemistry is also there, plant pathology, entomology, fruit science, floriculture, vegetable science. And this year we have started 2 new programs, that is this economics and extension part. And while we are talking about the programs, so BSc Honors Agriculture, I hope everyone knows this is a 4-year program, but we have defined this program in a very specific manner, that what the students are learning in these 4 years and how progressively they are learning these things. So in the first year, we are providing you the basic and fundamental courses so that you can attach yourself with the agriculture, because most of you are from non-agriculture background. You are not aware about the cropping system, what kind of crops are there, what kind of plants are there, what kind of different practices are there, what kind of soils we are having. So we are providing such kind of knowledge in the very first year. While you are moving to the second year, you are having that knowledge of fundamental things, like if I'm talking about agronomy, if I'm talking soil science, entomology, pathology, genetics, plant breeding. So you are having that basic knowledge. Now you will be learning principles or technology things, that how effectively we can grow these crops into the field. So you are doing these things by yourself. Faculty will be guiding you, and then faculty is providing you the training into these areas. And in the third year, since you have learned the basics and the principles, now we are providing you opportunity to do the things by yourself. Suppose, for example, I'm talking about a particular course that is practical crop production. What we are doing into that part. So we are providing a particular land to the student, group of students. So they are growing their crops from sowing part till harvesting. They are taking care of all these things. Faculty will be there who will be guiding them, but students are doing these things by themselves, so that they can have the actual hands-on training into that part. And while we are moving to the final year, this is completely a skill and you can say training kind of year. You don't have any theory or practical courses over there. This will be complete training based program for 1 year. Over there, we are having experiential learning program, and along with that, you are having rural agriculture work experience. And here are some glimpses. You can see that the activity which are being done by the students at LPU Agriculture Farm. You can see that these are commercial flower production is there, beekeeping is there, mushroom cultivation, nursery management, seed production, and then composting thing. So all these units are being managed by student itself. And you can see that faculty guiding them how to get the things done in a proper manner. Scientifically, what kind of approach you have to follow. So these kind of advanced knowledges are being provided to the student so that while in future, if they are looking for kind of entrepreneurship, so they can do it very effectively without any problem. Because while you are starting any kind of business, there are pros and cons. Sometimes you are not aware that what kind of challenges you are going to face into that kind of particular kind of business. But here we are providing complete 1-year training so that you know that what are the pros, what are the cons, and then how you have to manage it. So while you are moving to the market, you are well aware about all these things and you can do the things in a very appropriate manner. And these are some field activities which are being done by the students. You can see some of these are just pictures taken 1 or 2 days back, because we have started our session for second year onward, and many of the students joined us yesterday, and then yesterday itself they have started their experiment into the field. You can see that this is the time of rice transplanting. They immediately went to the field and they have started this transplanting part. And along with that, you can see some of the experiments which are going on, the student activities which are going on into the field. So these are some of the glimpses. And then along with that, students are getting trained into the industry, because sometimes many of the students, they are looking for their opportunity in industry. So we are providing kind of internship and placement opportunity for those kind of students into the industry. They are working with them. So I hope everybody may have heard this Syngenta. And while we are talking about masters, since it is 2-year program, after graduation, you can opt it. And in the first year, we are having modern technology kind of inputs. And in the second year, students are doing their research work on the specific problems which are related to the problems of the farmer, problem of the industry. So they are working in those areas. And here you can see some of the glimpses which are representing that what kind of research work is being done by master student at LPU. So these are some of the pictures which are representing that MSc agronomy students, what kind of experiments they are doing. They are working on different cultivation practices, nutrient management part, and then a multiple cropping system. So likewise, similarly, if I'm talking about genetics and plant breeding, students are working on different hybrids. They are making new hybrids for different crops. These are just some glimpses. And in the soil science, you can see that how the students are performing into the field. So these all pictures belonging to the land that we are talking about agriculture farm. Since we are having more than 350 acres of land, which is being allocated to the School of Agriculture itself. So huge land area, and then many of the students are learning all these things in actual field. Similarly, plant pathology part, you can see that once we are talking about crop production, then there are certain problems like diseases are there, pathogens are there. Then the students are identifying those kind of problems. They are looking for kind of solution for those problems. And with the solution, they are starting their experiment with the pot experiment. And once it is being accepted or they are getting good results, then they are doing their field experiments also, so that we can manage our crop. Sometimes what happens, you may have heard this thing that double the farmer's income. It is not like that for a particular amount. Suppose you are growing 1 quintal of something. The government is not going to provide you double money for that. What we have to do in a defined land area, how I can manage it. That means with the minimum inputs, how can I get the maximum out. So we are working in all the area. If there is no problem of disease, pathogens, so that means I can have good amount of yield from that particular crop, because the loss will be very minimum. So we are working into that area also. Similarly, and insect pest, they are creating lots of problem into the cropping system. So the many of the students are working in that area. That comes under MSc agronomy, agriculture, entomology part. And similarly, many of the students, they are working in horticulture area. You can see that the major problem with the fruits and vegetable, That is the post-harvest loss. We are getting every year, we are having a very good yield, but more than 40 or 50% yield is not reaching to the market because of this post-harvest loss. We are not having proper management practices because the perishability rate is very, very high into these kind of crops. So many of the students are working in those areas so that they can find out the solution that how we can increase the shelf life of these particular fruits or vegetables. Similarly, we are offering this floriculture and landscaping also over here. The many of the students are working in the commercial flower production, and then they are learning all these techniques into during their master's program. And then in the, as I have said, that the students are working in the vegetable science part also. You can see that they are working in the nursery part, and then crop management part. So all these kind of practices are being done by students. So I've just shown you the overall glimpse of this. And since we are having a short duration, so I cannot present each and everything that whatever we are doing into the agriculture farm. So with this, I am concluding my presentation over here, and you can see this quote, how beautiful this quote is. Agriculture is the most helpful, most useful, and most noble employment of man, right? And this was said by George Washington. Why? Because we sometimes we are not depending on anything. If we are having the knowledge of food, growing a food, so that is the basic requirement of survival. So if we know how to grow the crops, then we can survive at any situation. So with this, I am concluding my presentation over here. If you are having any questions related to agriculture programs, so you can ask, and then I will be happy to answer that. Thank you so much. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your vision as well. And I hope the audience will be benefited from it. They have got the information about the school. Yes, sir, we have few queries from our attendees. So with your permission, Vishal sir and Chandra sir, with your permission, we'll take up
Sure.
those queries. All right. Okay. So there is a query from Tanzin. He wants to know that as we were discussing about this different process, so can we grow plants all year around with this system?
I hope Vishal sir, you can answer this. That the student is asking that we can grow this all the crops this for the complete year. I hope this is the question.
Yes, sir. That any specific
With this system,
crop, seasonal crop. Well, let's take an example.
Yes,
Yeah.
Seasonal crop.
yes, ma'am.
Can we with this
Yes.
system can we grow that crop all year around?
Yes, ma'am. Because in this system, we are going to control all kind of components of environment, but it is restricted for some specific crops only. Because here, the basic limitations of this system is to use only those crops which having small rooted systems. We are not going to take any crop from this systems. Okay, if the crop having a small root system, then it is feasible to grow throughout the year. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much, sir. So another question quite similar to this. So the attendee wants to know that do hydroponic plants have the same nutrients as well?
Yes, through hydroponically, we can provide all kind of required nutrients in efficient manners in hydroponic systems to grow the plants. So it is possible.
So, sir, we are providing the nutrients externally to the system, or the what will happen to the vitamins or the nutrients the plant itself has?
It also depend upon the types of hydroponic system, what type of hydroponic system we are adopting. But here nutrient solutions is basically specific for a specific crop, and that is also get standardized. Okay, so here we are not allowing to provide all kind of nutrients. Is just for the plant growth.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much, sir. So we'll move on to the next query. So the next query is from Simran Galia. She wants to know that as you have shown the setup, so will LPU facilitate to set up this at the university? Will there be any assistance or guidance by the faculty?
Shall I answer this?
Yeah, of course, sir. Of course, sir.
So you may have seen the setup of this hydroponic system at LPU, and in BSc Agriculture program in the final year itself, we have given a complete unit. That means for 4 to 5 months, students are going to learn this technology. They will be learning it by themselves. Faculty will be there, like Vishal sir will be there, or some other faculty will be there who are having expertise into that area, and they will be guiding all these students. They are already guiding students into that area. So as I have given a kind of our alumni who have started his own business into this area, because he has learned all these things from here itself. So we have provided training to him, and then based on that training, he started his own business. So yes, we are having the facility, we are having the faculty who can provide these kind of knowledge to the student or training to the students.
Thank you so much, sir. So there is another question from Rahul Rai. He wants to know, the question is incomplete, sir, but I can feel that student wants to, that he wants to know that which students can learn this process. I think he is asking about graduate or postgraduate students. So specifically, this program, sorry, this system is, or this learning process will be specifically for which type of program, course?
Ma'am, can you repeat the question, because I did not,
Of
there was
course,
some
sir.
issue.
He wants to know that which students can learn this process, either graduate students or the students those who are graduate doing the graduation or
Okay.
the postgraduate.
It is not that graduate and postgraduate. If you are interested into this kind of practices, you can start this thing from very first year of your undergraduate itself, right? If you are graduate, then you can start your research into that area. So we are providing opportunity to all the students at all the time. It is not that we are bounding you to once you are completing your 3 years, then only you can start this. No, from the very first semester, if you are interested into that area, we are going to provide you that training. Either you belongs to UG programs or PG programs. It hardly matters.
Thank you so much, sir. So we'll take up last but not the least question. So Danny wants to know what is the future scope of this? Like, can this lead us for an entrepreneurial approach, or we have to sit for the placement, and how LPU will help us in either way?
Okay. So while we are talking about this entrepreneurship opportunity, what we are doing now, even from this year itself, we are changing this whole curriculum in a way that from the very first year, we are going to help the student in which area they want to work. So we will be providing you first what kind of opportunities are there in the very first year. We are going to provide you having a course kind of representing that the program opportunity, what kind of career opportunities you are having after you are completing your graduation or post graduation. So in the very first semester, we are going to give that kind of inputs to you. And while you are completing your second semester, at that point of time, we will be asking you that in which area you want to work. Suppose you want to start your own business, you are interested in entrepreneurship part. So we cannot wait until the last year. You have to have a kind of complete knowledge about that particular area from the very beginning. And along with that, we are providing the facility that we are having entrepreneurship cell, specific cell designed for this particular purpose. If you are having idea, you can float it, and then we are providing you suggestions, and then we are helping you to find out the market for all these things throughout the year, throughout your degree program. So while you are completing your degree, you will be having all these inputs, and then you can start your own business. And in between that, we are providing all kind of trainings to you. So in whatever area you want to work.
Thank you so much, sir, for resolving all the queries of our attendees. And now we'll quickly move to our admission expert, Dr. Tushinderpreet Kaur. Over to you, ma'am, for the admission part of the university.
Thank you so much, Miss Ruby. I hope I am audible to you.
Loud and clear, and your screen is also visible to everyone.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. A very good afternoon, one and all. Hope you all are fine and safe at your places. So I, Dr. Tushinderpreet Kaur, will be briefing you all about the rankings, the campus life, the infrastructure which university is having, and last but not the least, the eligibility, fee structure, as well as the scholarship. So to start with, the university broke the record, wherein the 13 students of the university represented India in Tokyo Olympics 2020, and they brought laurels by winning various medals. But the story doesn't end here. The university also lifted their runner-up trophy at Khelo India University Games, wherein the university won 51 medals in total. Now I'm going to brief you regarding what kind of rankings the university is having. The university has been ranked 74th globally by Times Higher Education Impact Ranking 2022. The university has been ranked 36th among the top universities of India by the World University Ranking 2022. It gives the immense pleasure to share that the university has been ranked third in India by the Atal ranking of institutions on innovation as well as the achievement. Another point to share, happily sharing the information. Yesterday, this information came to us that the university has been ranked 47th by NIRF 2022. Another matter of proud, the university has jumped 15 ranking positions as compared to our NIRF ranking 2021. Now I'm going to speak about the campus life and the kind of exposure that we provide to the students. University proudly hosted 106th Indian Science Congress, which was inaugurated by the Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji, wherein he renamed the slogan from Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan, Jai Vigyan, and he added Jai Anusandhan. So the slogan is Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan, Jai Vigyan, Jai Anusandhan. The glimpse which you can see is of Nobel laureate for peace and the great spiritual leader of Tibet, who graced the convocation of LPU as a chief guest. Yes, this is a glimpse where you can see the president of two countries. They both graced the convocation of lovely professional university as chief guest. We do invite your entrepreneurial ideas. We have the startup school, which was inaugurated by Shri Arun Jaitley ji. We inaugurated this so that you come up with your ideas. Students have the ideas, they share it with the university. We have the startup school, and we are providing you that kind of a platform. So Shri Arun Jaitley ji, he asked the students to adopt this startup at the very right age. This is a glimpse I'm sure you are aware of. He is none other than world-renowned life coach Gaur Gopal Das, who visited the university and inspired the students about the way of leading life, a healthy life. Apart from the great leaders, the university has also welcomed the celebrities, the glimpse of which you can visualize: Shah Rukh Khan and Deepika Padukone. They visited the university, interacted with the student, and gave the students the new start to the academic career. I'm sure you are also aware of the glimpse. A very renowned face, former Indian team captain Mahendra Singh Dhoni. He also visited university and had a word with the students. Now I'm going to showcase the information regarding the infrastructure from the university side. Though Dr. Chandrasekhar Juglan has shared the infrastructure, the school's infrastructure. Now I'm going to give you the brief regarding the infrastructure of the university. To start with, the university's infrastructure is one of the biggest and best in the world. Sorry, university has 2 amphitheaters which are used to organize Nukkad Nataks, cultural events, competitions, as well as the skits. The glimpse which you are visualizing is one of the auditorium out of the 3 auditoriums which university is having. This is the auditorium with a seating capacity of 2,500 people, and this is known as Shanti Devi Mittal Auditorium, which is basically used to host the competitions, the events of national as well as the international repute. This is the Uni Center. This is the heart and soul of the lovely professional university. You can find all types of shops ranging from stationery to lovely sweets. So we do have incubation centers. You have an idea, we are there to provide you the platform. So we do invite the entrepreneurial ideas. This is a glimpse of a central library. The university has 9-storied central library. We do have the certain softwares for your research. You have an idea into your mind, we have the software for the same. We do have the bowling alley just to bring you out from the academic monotony, from the academic engagements. For your entertainment, we do have the bowling alley. If I talk about the gym, this is for those who are a gym freak. Yes, we are having gym with world-class facilities, AC, sauna bath, cardio, as aerobics, specialized trainers. We do have all these types of facilities for you. We do care for your health. We have Uni Hospital, which supports the sick and the diseased by providing all possible medical treatment. So there is no need to go anywhere, God forbidden. In any case, we do have links with the other hospitals as well. Yes, it gives me immense pleasure to share that the university has one big indoor stadium, that is Shanti Devi Mittal Indoor Stadium, with multifarious facilities under one roof. 3 swimming pools with all weather things are there, which are used to organize the competitions. Then badminton courts are there, basketball courts, shooting range, which you can visualize, yoga rooms, squash rooms, lot many things are there under one roof. This is the day view of lovely professional university. And this is the night view of the lovely professional university and the residential facility in particular. Now I'll take you through the website where I'll be briefing you all about the eligibility as well as the scholarship. You need to write the web address lpu.in. Just waiting for, yeah. Therein, there is a second tab that is of admissions. You need to, first of all, identify the discipline in which you are interested. So I'm going to click upon the undergraduate programs. So all disciplines wherein we are floating the undergraduate programs will be there in front of you. Yes, like disciplines which we are offering. So as purely this webinar is in regards to the agriculture, I'm going to click on the agriculture discipline. The program which we are floating after 12th is BSc Honors Agriculture, which is a 4 years program. Its eligibility is clearly mentioned, 60 with the combination of English, PCM, PCB or forestry. After scrolling, you can see the rankings as I have already shared with you, the rankings which university is holding. The resource persons has already shared that what kind of academic input will be given to you. But if you want to go ahead in detail, you can also find it on the website. Moving ahead with the fee structure. Yeah, the fee structure is 1,20,000, but we do acknowledge your hard effort depending upon what effort you are inputting. So we are floating 3 scholarships starting from 18 to 38%. It's like better you perform, better will be the scholarship on the basis of your previous qualification. If you scored 95% above, you will be in the first cutoff. If you scored 90 to 94.9, second cutoff. Cutoff means second category of the scholarship. Then 80 to 89.9, third category of scholarship. God forbidden, if you have not scored good in your previous qualification, I'll really advise you to go ahead with the university's exam, which you have to go ahead with the as an eligibility. So perform best into your exam. The tentative cutoff is also given. It will provide you a little help to target, to give you the direction, how much marks are required to come in which cutoff or in which category. Yeah, by scrolling more, apart from this, I have talked about the previous qualification scholarship, LPU NEST. Then we are also providing this scholarship on the basis of JEE Main or NEET. It depends upon in which rank you are falling. Then we do offer the other scholarships on the basis of innovation, startup, entrepreneurship. If you have any kind of documentation wherein you can show that yes, you have that bent of mind, you have participated maybe at international level, maybe at national level, feel free to share your documents. Drop us a mail at admissions@lpu.co.in. Our experts will definitely get back to you. Moreover, we have another scholarship, that is financial aid scholarship, which we are providing to for serving retired defense, CAPF, paramilitary personnel, as well as their dependents. So in nutshell, I just want to conclude one thing, that out of all these scholarships, the bracket is going to remain same from 18 to 38%. One best scholarship will be applicable to you. Now, I'm pretty sure you might be having this point into your mind that how to go ahead with the application process. The first step is that you need to click on the sign up. So right now, right button is there, right side, it's apply now. After clicking on that, it will route you to booking of your LPU Nest, because this test is a test, that is Lovely Professional University National Entrance and Scholarship Test, which serves two purposes: eligibility as well as the scholarship. Then you will be getting an option to book your exam slot. Then your result will be there, and my best wishes are with you. Then it will route you for the admission. So very simple process. You need to sign up, you need to book your test. Yes, after booking your test, you need to go ahead with your preparation, give your 100% so that you get the better scholarship. Important dates are there. I always say that don't wait for the last date. Do book your LPU Nest well on time and start preparing for your exam, and then give your best so that you get the better outcome. So let's suppose you have any kind of a query which you want to confirm or which you want to verify from our team. I'll be telling you these directions, or I will be telling you from how the sources from where you can get your solution. We are available on WhatsApp. By clicking on this tab, you will be having an interaction with our WhatsApp counselors. Then by clicking on LPU in your town, you can select your state and you can visit our offices where our counselors are there. You can see in which state they are. If it matches with where you are right now, you can visit and you can personally talk to them. Then if you want to schedule a call, we do have that option as well. So you can give your details and get a call from us. This is a 360-degree view, which I will definitely advise each one of you to go through, to explore, to have a look. Definitely, I'll invite you, I'll advise you to visit the campus. But before that, if you are at home right now, not able to come, do click on 360-degree view and just explore the lush green gardens which are there in Lovely Professional University. Then we are available on the live video counseling as well. If you have anything into your mind, by clicking on the live video counseling, you will be routed to the counselor wherein one-to-one counseling will take place. So on this page, I briefed you regarding the eligibility, regarding the fee structure, the scholarship, how to crack the higher scholarship, and then what is the process. I'll take a minute again just to showcase, because we are conducting the series of webinars. And I really want that even if you miss some webinar, you can revisit it or you can register for the upcoming webinars. So you need to simply click on the admissions on the tab of get started. I'm just sorry, it's LPU's Edu Fair or webinars. So you need to click on LPU's Edu Fair. After clicking on this particular page, this page will be there in front of you, wherein you can have a look on the previous webinars which took place, as well as you can register for the upcoming webinars. So these are the past webinars. You can see the YouTube recording and you can get the expert advice from our counselors, depending upon in which stream, in which discipline you are interested. And yes, regarding the upcoming webinars, by clicking on the upcoming, the list of upcoming webinars will be there in front of you, and you can register either by download, by writing by scanning a QR code, or by registering on the mentioned link. So this is all about, I briefed you regarding the particular program as well as the webinars which are there. So it's over from my side, Ruby ma'am. Last but not the least, if you have any kind of a query, you drop your queries at admissions@lpu.co.in, or you can also contact us at 517-000 or 404404 with a pre-extension of 01824.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for the detailed information about the admission part. And Chandramohan sir, can I have you over here? So there is another query from, and I believe we should take that query. So, sir, can I have you here? Okay. So, ma'am, I believe you can also solve this query. So, ma'am, there is a query from Nevin. And he wants to know that is it possible for a BSc botany student to do MSc agriculture horticulture vegetable science program at LPU?
Yeah, definitely, Miss Ruby.
Yes,
I'll speak about the eligibility. I need to check the eligibility. What a candidate has done.
BSc Botany,
All right. And in which program he is interested?
MSc Agriculture, Horticulture.
Right. Because for post graduation in agriculture, the graduation has to be in agriculture. So let me tell you the MSc Agriculture Horticulture he is interested in.
Yes, ma'am. And the attendee has completed BSc Botany.
BSc Botany. The eligibility is 60% in agriculture, BSc Horticulture, BSc Biotechnology. That too for the 4 years. But I think we need to
Yes.
check. Otherwise, what we can guide the candidate directly is he can send us his detail marks cards at admissions@lpu.co.in. Our team will definitely get back to him.
Yes, ma'am.
But there is
Because
a
I
clause
believe
that he should have done 4 years.
yes, ma'am. BSc Botany is of 3 years.
Yes,
So
yes.
might be some. Yes, ma'am, already.
Yeah.
Okay, so Mabin, you can mail us, all right? So our team will tell you a way out how you can approach MSc Agriculture. Okay, so you need not to worry about it. You just need to drop a mail or you can call us. Okay, we are one step away from you. All right. So thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much, experts, for this great session. So we'll conclude on this note. Thank you, attendees, for sparing time and participating in today's webinar. We appreciate you all for being here, and I believe your knowledge has been enriched by this webinar. And also, I would like to express my appreciation to the experts for their valuable contribution on the topic, which is entitled as Hydroponics, the Future of Farming. And I believe that your years of research, your years of experience will definitely help the audience to choose the right path. So with this, till next time, Ruby will finally sign off the session. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, ma'am.